We are on. Oh, yes, we are very much on. Shabbat Shalom, good morning. It's lovely to welcome you to our morning service this morning. It's a bit grey outside, but it's sunny inside because you're all here with us. We thought we would start our service actually with the blessing for wearing the talit. So some of you have already put your talit on. Some of you don't. It's not your custom to wear a talit, which is fine. You may want to try wearing your talit. If you did already put on your talit and already said the blessing, you don't have to say the blessing again. But I invite you all, even if you don't wear a talit, you can imagine you're wrapped in God's holy garment, whether you're wearing it physically or not. I invite you to join us in the blessing for wearing the talit on page 2a. On page 2a. So we say together, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav vetzivanu lihitatef batzitzit.
And just below that, Matovu. Matovu, 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 Alecha, Yaakov, Mishknotecha Yisrael, Mishknotecha Yisrael, V'ani berov chastecha navo.
If we don't announce anything, just assume that we're turning the page to the next page. If we're skipping one, we'll tell you.
Elohai neshama shenatata bi Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehorahi Elohai neshama shenatata bi Elohai neshama shenatata bi
Baruch atah Adonai, asher beyado nefesh kol chai, beruach kol basar ish. Naomi Levy writes, "You have blessed me with many gifts, God." Indeed, we have been blessed with many gifts, and the rabbis acknowledge the many gifts that we've been blessed with these morning blessings, the Birkot HaShachar. Our tradition has a huge variety and a huge number of these blessings, and depending on which Siddur you choose, a different selection is chosen, whether it's in a Sephardi context or in an Ashkenazi context, or the Roman ritual. Here in this draft liturgy, we present a different selection. Some of them are variations on blessings that you will be familiar with this, from the selection that was included in Lev Chadash. Others are new, and I want to draw especially your attention to the second blessing on spread 4, which talks about the house of Jacob. And here we included not just Leah and Rachel, which is the matriarchs that you are normally familiar with, but also Bilhah and Zilpah, because they, of course, are also the mothers of the next generation of the 12 tribes of Israel. And we had a long discussion of where we could find the right place for them in our prayer book. Because in the Amidah, which is the other place where we name the matriarchs in our liturgy, and that was already in Lev Chadash, it talks about the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Leah, and the God of Rachel. But we don't actually know anything about the God of Bilhah and Zilpah, because Bilhah and Zilpah, it's clear in the tradition that while they're in the household of Jacob, they're not Jews. They remain their own religion, maybe a pagan religion. So we didn't feel it was appropriate to include them and suddenly claim for them that they also necessarily saw God as just being their God. So we decided the compromise was to include them in the morning blessings here. And as we're coming really to the end of the story of Jacob's life with our Torah portion this week, it seems particularly fitting this week. So we're going to do them in a combination of Hebrew and English. We'll read the full blessing in English, but we will read the blessing formula also in Hebrew always first. So feel free to join in with both, or just with the English, or just with the Hebrew, whatever you feel comfortable. Brucha at Shechina Mekor Chayenu. Blessed are you, divine presence, source of our life, who makes us to become the likeness of the divine. Brucha at Shechina Mekor Chayenu. Blessed are you, divine presence, source of our life, who has made us the house of Jacob, Leah and Rachel, Bilhah and Zilpah. Brucha at Shechina Mekor Chayenu. Blessed are you, divine presence, source of our life, raising up those bent low. Brucha at Shechina Mekor Chayenu. Blessed are you, divine presence, source of our life, releasing those who are bound. Brucha at Shechina Mekor Chayenu. Blessed are you, divine presence, source of our life, clothing the naked. Brucha at Shechina Mekor Chayenu. Blessed are you, divine presence, source of our life, who supports our steps on earth. Amen.
On page 6a. Baruch Shamar v'haya ha'olam, Baruch Hu. Baruch Oseh v'Reishi,
Baruch Omer ve'oseh, Baruch Gozer u'mekayem, Baruch merachem al haaretz, Baruch merachem al habriot, Baruch chai la'ad ve'chayam lanetzach, Baruch podeh u'matzil, Baruch Shemo. B'shvachot u'bizmirot, negadelecha u'nefa'echa, yachid chei ha'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai, melech mehulal batish bachot.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah,
Most of you will be familiar with the reading on page 7 by Rav Kook, because it's also included in our Machzor, but we don't get to it very often because we only do it once a year in the Machzor. So it's also included here in the Straft liturgy. There is a person who sings the song of the soul, finding everything, complete spiritual satisfaction within the soul. There's a person who sings the song of the nation, clinging with a sensitive love to the entirety of the Jewish nation, and singing its song, sharing in its pain, joyful in its hopes, speaking with exalted and pure thoughts regarding its past and its future, investigating its inner spiritual nature with love and a wise heart. There is a person whose soul is so broad that it expands beyond the border of Israel, singing the song of humanity. This soul constantly grows broader with the exalted totality of humanity and its glorious image, yearning for humanity's general enlightenment. And there is a person who rises even higher, uniting with all existence, with all creatures, and with all worlds, and with all of them sing.
Nishmat kol chai, tevarech et shimcha. Toladot, Bulal Barov Hatishbachot, Amanacheg Olamo Bechesed, Uvriotav Barachamim, Lecha Levadcha, Anach Modim. Ishtabach Shemech La'ad Mekor Chayenu, Ruach Hazaka, Ukedosha, Bashamayim uvaretz, Ilach na'ad Shechina mekor chayenu, Bechayei doroteinu, Shira u'shvacha, Halel ve'zimra, Berachot ve'hodaot, Be'ata
There's no stage instruction in this one.
Let's try that again.
Let's read together in English on page 11b. Blessed are you, eternal source of all, forming light and creating darkness, establishing peace and creating the whole. As you shed light upon the earth, your compassion brings light to all who live on it. In your goodness you renew creation each day, ceaselessly bringing forth a myriad of forms, each a unique marvel. With wisdom have you made them all, filling the earth. As your light shines within and around them, they sing of your glory. Blessed are you, eternal source of all, continually bringing forth light. Ahava rabba ahavtanu, Shaddai ezratenu, Kamla gdula v'tera chamalta aleinu, Shechina mekor chayenu, Ba'avur dorotenu shabbat chuvach, V'telamden chukei chayim, Ken tachoninu telamdinu, Imenu ha'em harachamana, Hamrachemet rachami aleinu, V'tni b'libeinu lehavin u'lehaskil, לשמוע, ללמוד וללמד, לשמור ולעשות ולקיים את כל דברי תורתך באהבה. והארי עינינו בתורתך, ודבקי ליבנו במצוותייך, ויחיד לבבינו לאהבה וליראה את שמך, כי בנו בחרת לאחד באהבה. ברוכה עדיה, הבוחרת בעמה ישראל באהבה. Please rise.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Shem kavod malchuto, leolam va'aret. Shem kavod malchuto, leolam va'aret. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. למען תזכרו, עשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני, אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני, אדוני אלוהיכם.
אמת אתה הוא ראשון ואתה הוא אחרון, ומבלעדיך אין לנו מושיע. ממצרים גלתנו אדוני אלוהינו, ומבית עבדים פדיתנו. משה ומרים ובני ישראל, לך אנו שירה בשמחה רבה, תרמרו כולם. With great joy we sing as Moses, Miriam, and all Israel did before you at the shores of the sea. Page 16.
מי כמוך
הבעלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדע בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה. שירה חדשה, שיבחו גאולים לשמך את שפת הים, יחד כולם הודו והמליכו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. צור ישראל, כולם עזרת ישראל, עלינו אדוני, צבאות שמו, קדוש ישראל, ברוך אתה אדוני, גאל ישראל, גאל ישראל, Israel. Just before we rise for the Amidah, a prayer by Elitik Vasera on page 17. Standing between sitting in your home and walking along the way, between staying here and going there, anywhere, before that, before doing anything. Standing here, Hineni, here I am, now in this moment, present, being, senses alert, listening, apprehending, waiting. And then my lips open, ancestors on my back, powers in my hands, to destroy and create, to oppress and liberate, to wound and heal, to die and live. In this sacred moment, I reach beyond myself to find myself, other selves, and you, and accept your gift of seizing, relinquishing. Pausing in this stillness, I reach within myself to draw out tears and thanks, hurts and fears, humbling together with blessings. This strange concussion is enough. My cup overflows. Shalem, shalom, wholeness, peace. We rise. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufia yitehilatecha. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufia yitehilatecha. Eternal God, open up my lips, that my mouth shall declare your praise. Eternal God, open up my lips, that my mouth shall declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, v'Elohei avoteinu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, v'Koneh Hakol, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לפני בניהם, למען שמו ואהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה, את גיבורה לעולם שדי, מחיה מתים את רבה להושיע, משיבה הרוח ומורידה הגשם, מזריחה השמש ומורידה הטל, מכלכלת חיים וחסד, מחיה המתים, רחמים רבים. סומכת נופלים, רופאה חולים, ומתירה אסורים, ומקיימת אמונתה לשני יפה. מי כמוך בעלת גבורות, ומי דומה לך גאורה במיתה וחיה, ומצמיחה ישוע. ונאמנת להחיות מתים, ברוכה עד שדי, מחיה המתים. נקדש את שמך בעולם, בשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך.
קדוש,
קדוש, קדוש, אדוני צבאות, מלוך כל הארץ, כבודו מלא עולם. ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומך מלכנו תופיע ותמלוך עלינו, כי מחכים אנחנו לך. ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהיך ציון, לדור ודור, הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש. ושפחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש. You may be seated.
ישמחו במלכותך, ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי שבת וקוראי עונג, המקדשי שביעי, המקדשי שביעי, כולם יספרו ויתענגו מטובך, והשביעי רצית בו וקידשתו, והשביעי רצית בו וקידשתו. חמדת ימים אותו קראת, זכר למעשה בראשית. On the same page, on page 22b, we read together in English. Our God and God of our ancestors, may our rest on this day be pleasing in your sight. Sanctify us by your commandments and make us loyal to your teaching. Satisfy us with your goodness, gladden us with your salvation, and purify our hearts that we may serve you in truth. In your gracious love, eternal one, let the holiness of your Sabbath enter our hearts, and may all Israel who hallow your name be exalted by its peace. Blessed are you, O God, for the holiness of the Sabbath. רצה אדוני אלוהינו בעמך ישראל, ותפילתנו באהבה תקבל, ותהי לרצון תמיד עבודת ישראל עמך. ברוך אתה אדוני, שאותך לבדך ביראה נעבוד. מודים אנחנו לך, שאתה הוא אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו לעולם ועד. צור חיינו, מגן אישנו, אתה הוא לדור ודור. נודה לך ונספר תהילתך על חיינו המסורים בידיך, ועל נשמותינו הפקודות לך, ועל ניסיך שבכל יום עמנו, ועל נפלותיך וטובותיך שבכל עת, ערב ובוקר וצהריים. ברוך אתה אדוני, הטוב שמך ולך נאה להודות.
Shalom Tova Uvracha Sim Shalom Tova Uvracha Sim Shalom Tova Uvracha Sim Shalom Tova Uvracha Chen v'chesed v'rachamim Chen v'chesed v'rachamim v'rachamim Sim Shalom Tova Uvracha Sim Shalom Tova Uvracha Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael Amecha Sim Shalom Tova Uvracha Sim Shalom Tova Uvracha Tova Uvracha
May I rest in peace. I who am still living say, may I have peace in the rest of my life. I want peace right now while I'm still alive. I don't want to wait like that pious man who wished for one leg, the golden chair of paradise. I want a four-legged chair right here, a plain wooden chair. I want the rest of my peace now. I have lived out my life in wars of every kind, battles without and within, close combat, face to face. The face is always my own, my lover face, my enemy face. Wars with the old weapons, sticks and stones, blunt axe, words, dull-ripping knife, love and hate. And wars with newfangled weapons, machine gun, missile, words, landmines exploding, love, hate. I don't want to fulfill my parents' prophecy that life is war. I want peace with all my body and all my soul. Rest me in peace. Baruch atah Adonai, se shalom.
Shalom bimroma, uyaseh shalom aleinu. Say shalom bimroma, uyaseh shalom aleinu. Say shalom bimroma, uyaseh shalom aleinu. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
Return to our Torah service. Hand over to Rabbi Aaron.
Akachel et ha'am ha'anashim v'hanashim v'hataf v'gerecha asher b'sharecha. Assemble the people, men, women, and children, and the strangers in your city, to hear and learn to revere the Eternal One, your God, and observe faithfully all the precepts of this Torah. Let their children who do not yet know it hear, that they too may learn of the Eternal One, your God. Please rise. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Gadol Shalom.
Gadlu Adonai ti and Robomo Shemo Yakdab. Let us magnify the Eternal One. Together, let us exalt God's name.
V'ha'er eneinu b'toratecha, v'dabek libeinu b'mitzvotecha, v'yached levaveinu le'ahava u'lirat et shemecha. V'ha'er eneinu b'toratecha, v'dabek libeinu b'mitzvotecha.
Ve'yached levaveinu le'achava. Please be seated. I want to do an explanation.
Yes. So this morning I will be reading from Genesis chapter 49, verses 1 through 10, and that can be found on page 309. Page 309 if you're following along in the Chumash. And we have now reached the point in our Torah portion where we find what I generally will call the blessing of the children. So Yaakov's children, Jacob's children, are gathered at his bedside, and he is addressing them at this point with some blessing and some maybe backhanded not so blessings, as we'll hear. And he tells them what he really thinks. So you'll have to listen in, and I don't know how many people grew up with the tradition of being blessed every Friday night around the Shabbat dinner table by their parents. I personally did not. So I've been keeping a 31-year backlog of blessings that I've been missing from my parents. But have a think. If you were being blessed, would you want the blessings to sound like this?
Baruch et Adonai hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai hamvarach leolam va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bacha banu mikol ha'amim, ונתן לנו את תורתו. Baruch atah Adonai, notein haTorah.
Amen. Vayikra Yaakov el banav, vayomer, hesifu ve'agida lachem, et asher yikra etchem be'acharit hayamim. And Jacob called his sons to him. He gathered them and said, "Come around me so that I can tell you what's going to happen in the days to come." Hikabtsu v'shim'u b'nei Yaakov, children of Jacob, come gather and listen. V'shim'u el Yisrael avichem, and listen to Israel, your father. Reuven, bechori, ata kochi. Reuven, my firstborn, you are my strength. V'reishit oni, and the first flowering of my vigor. Yeter se'et, exceeding in rank, ve'yeter az, and exceeding in strength. Pachaz kamayim, but you are unstable, like water. Al totar, so you shall not exceed any longer. Ki alita mishochvei avicha, az hilalti yotziei Allah. Because when you ascended to your father's bed, you brought disgrace and shame upon it. Shimon v'Levi achim. Shimon and Levi, you are a pair. Klei hamas mecherotehem. And your weapons, your tools, are weapons of lawlessness. Bisodam al tavo nafshi bikalam al techad kavodi. Do not count me among your assembly. Don't count me among your council. Ki ba'apam hargu ish, because in your anger you killed a man. Uvirtsonam ikru shor, and when you were pleased, you maimed oxen. Aror apam ki az, I curse your anger. Ve'evratam ki kashata, and your limitless wrath. Achalkem beYaakov va'afitzam b'Yisrael. I will divide you in Jacob, and I will scatter you in Israel. Yehuda, atayu ducha achecha. Yehuda, your brothers will praise you. Yadecha ba'oref oivecha. Your hand is on the neck of your enemies. V'yishtachavu lecha b'nei avicha. And the sons of your father will bow down low to you. Gor Aryeh Yehuda, Yehuda, you are like a lion, miteref b'ni alita, and on prey, my son, you grow. Kara ravatz ke'aryeh, you crouch down like a lion. V'chalvi mi yakimenu, and against such a beast, who could stand? Lo yasor shevet miYehuda, the scepter shall not depart from Yehuda. U'michokek mi ben raglav, or the staff from between his feet. Ad ki yavo shilo velo yikchat amim, so that you can have all of the honor, and that all the people shall pay homage to you.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu torat emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai notein haTorah.
Amen.
Please rise. I'm going to hold up the scroll instead. Oh my goodness. Spend your Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah. Ti mitzion tetzeh Torah. Just back round to her. Var Adonai Merushalayim. Please be seated. To have blessings, yeah, okay. No? And put you down to that. You can do it in English, it's okay. No, but come together because you're going to do the reading in English. Dan, come do them in English, it's fine. Just there.
Blessed are you, Eternal One, our God, Sovereign of the universe. You inspired faithful prophets and took pleasure in the words they spoke in truth. Blessed are you, Eternal One, Giver of the Torah, through your servant Moses, your people Israel, and the prophets of truth and righteousness.
And our Haftarah links into the blessings which were given by Jacob. Now we have some blessings given by David.
When the time came near for David to die, he gave this instruction to his son Solomon. I am going the way of all the earth. You must now be strong. Show yourself a man and keep faith with the eternal your God, walking in God's ways, carrying out the laws, commandments, rules of justice, and directions of God, as written in the Torah of Moses, so that you may succeed in all that you do and whatever you turn to. In that way, the Eternal will see to it that the promise about me comes true. As God said, if your children are careful how they live and walk before me faithfully with all their heart and soul, one of your descendants will always rule Israel. Moreover, you know that what Joab, son of Zeruiah, did to me, what he did to the two commanders of Israel's army, Abner, son of Ner, and Amasa, son of Jether, killing them, shedding war blood in peacetime, and spilling war blood upon the girdle hitched over the loins and upon the sandals on his feet. Do what you know is wise, and do not allow his grey head to descend in peace to Sheol. But be kind to the family of Barzillai and Gilead, and let them be among those who eat at your table, because they showed me friendship when I had to flee from your brother Absalom. There is also Shimei son of Gera, the Benjaminites from Beuriam. He cursed me with a terrible curse the time I went to Mahanaim. Then he came to meet me at the river Jordan, and I swore to him by God that I would not put him to the sword. But you must not treat him as though he were innocent. You are wise, and you know what to do with him. Send him his bloody grey head down to Sheol. Then David slept with his ancestors and was buried in the city of David. David ruled Israel for 40 years. He ruled 7 years in Hebron and 33 years in Jerusalem. Now Solomon sat on the throne of his father David, and his rule was secure and strong.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, kol ha'olamim tzadik b'chol hadarot ha'el ha'ne'eman ha'omer ve'oseh ha'medaber ha'mekayem shechol devarav emet v'tzedek al ha'torah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al ha'nivi'im ve'al yom ha'shabbat hazeh shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu Ligdasha v'limnecha v'lechavod al tivaret al kol Adonai Eloheinu anachnu modim lach umevarachim otach yitbarach shimcha b'fi kochai tamid la'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat.
Amen. Please rise. See what happens when you come like that. People have the worst names. It's quite fascinating with those blessings as well. When you come onto the kings of their era, things are about, it's very clearly about war. It's about being able to be dominant and in a military fashion, the blessings on for his children. Whereas for Jacob's, they are a whole variety depending on the character that they have. With David's children, it was either literally fight or be killed in those days, and that was the way it was, and therefore the blessings that they had. But as we said, what would be the kind of blessings that we would want to give to our children? Perhaps none of the above. The interesting thing is, though, about the honesty of Jacob about his children. He actually speaks of real events which had happened earlier in the lives of his children and reflects them very clearly within the blessings. I guess, though, one might think that they might have a chance to improve as well and have a second chance to be slightly different than they might have been in the past. On page 31a, we read together the blessing for the royal family, whether they be in this country or in Canada. Eternal God, whose presence fills the universe, we ask your blessing for our sovereign Lady Queen Elizabeth and all the royal family, for those who govern our country, and for all who influence the quality of its national life. Make them conscious of their responsibility and teach them to exercise it in accordance with your will, and in the interests of, in particular, the vulnerable, the poor and marginal. May we all help to fashion in this country a society that excels in freedom and justice, tolerance and compassion, equality and diversity, so that it may be a force for righteousness and peace in the life of humanity. And let us say, Amen. And over the page 31b, Eternal God, as you blessed our ancestors in generations past, bless now this congregation, its leaders and its members and all who enter this synagogue to meet, to study and to pray. Eternal God, comfort the sorrowing hearts among us and heal those in anxiety or pain. We pause to think of those in need of solace and healing. We think of family members, of friends, and of members and friends of our community as well as ourselves. We pray that we may all find here, in this synagogue, community and friendship, renewal of purpose and hope, a deeper understanding of our heritage, and a sense of your abiding presence. Bless all congregations of the House of Israel throughout the world, that those who live under oppressive rule soon be freed, and they will unite to witness to your truth and to do your will. And at the foot of 31a, we read together, Eternal God, our rock and our redeemer, grant blessing to the state of Israel, created an old age dream and to be a haven for the oppressed. Inspire its leaders and citizens with faithfulness to the aims of its founders, to develop the land for the benefit of all its inhabitants, and to implement the prophetic ideals of liberty and justice. May they live in harmony with one another and in peace with their neighbours, and cause to come true once more the ancient vision that out of vines shall go forth Torah and the word of God from Jerusalem. And over the page, Yahalelu et Shem Adonai, ki niskav shemo levado. Ibnei Yisrael, Am Karovo, Hallelujah, Hallelujah. Rabbi Hillel used to say, Im tavo leveiti, ani avo leveitecha. If you enter my house, I will enter your home. Debbie, you have been blessed with peace within your home, with a presence that you have welcomed by your own example of the way that you have lived your life. You have brought into our community one of your sons, and seen Ben as part of another community. Within it, now we see next generations flourishing and bringing that same sense of presence within their own lives. As you stand there with your grandma, may you have many, many happy occasions to be stood with her and with all of your family, to celebrate life, to celebrate happy occasions all together. I'm sure that you have been lucky in celebrating Grandma's birthday. And now we ask God to bless Grandma with very ancient words, way, 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 way older than she is.
Yivarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and keep you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichuneka.
May God look kindly upon you and be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'yasem lecha shalom.
May God reach out to you always in tenderness and bring peace and wholeness to your life. And let us say, Amen.
Amen.
Behold, my Torah, I give it to you. Do not forsake it. It is a tree of life to those who hold it fast, and all who cling to it find happiness. Its ways are ways of pleasantness, and all its paths are peace. Do you want to put the scroll back in the ark?
Hashivenu
Please be seated.
Occasionally, I'm asked whether I have any regrets about leaving my previous career as a research chemist. I normally jokingly reply that I do wish I still had chemicals readily accessible to perform the miracles of the 10 plagues during a Pesach sermon. I'm still hoping for it. You get to wait for it. At one point, I'm going to turn water into blood on the stage. But the honest answer is that I have truly never looked back. It is not that I do not love chemistry anymore. I'm still enchanted by the possibilities of scientific discoveries. But the rabbinate as a profession, and more importantly as a vocation, has so much more to offer. As a rabbi, I am privileged to share in the happy and the sad times of our community. I'm granted the rare gift to bear witness to life's ups and downs, to listen and offer words of blessing, comfort, and consolation. Meir Bergeron, a fifth-year rabbinic student at Hebrew Union College in Los Angeles, pointed out to me that this week's Torah portion, Parashat Vayechi, is truly the Torah portion for rabbis and cantors. The final parasha from the book of Genesis describes a moment in the lives of Jacob and his sons, which is a culmination of decades of family dysfunction and conflict. This is the parasha about death and dying, about a father's deep concern about the generations that will follow. It is a story about love that is unevenly distributed between a father and his children, about cruelty between brothers and its after effects. Vayechi is about truth-telling, at the end of life. Student Rabbi Bargeron invites us to imagine for a moment being in the room with Jacob and his sons at the end of his life, knowing the stories about all they have been through, and hearing each story from the array of perspectives. Imagine what it would be like, Bargeron challenges us, for a rabbi to be called on to provide care and comfort to Jacob, to Joseph, and to Reuben, Simeon, and Levi. What challenging pastoral work this would be. As clergy, Andrew, Aaron, Tamara, and I become the collectors of people's stories, and we hold them. Just as the Torah is a witness to the lives of the matriarchs and patriarchs, as clergy we are witnesses to the lives of the souls under our care, in beautiful and in painful moments. We provide spiritual care and comfort to people as they endure illness and approach death. We listen as they tell us their regrets and are present as they seek God's forgiveness. We are witness to the humanity of these exquisite and excruciating moments. It is our sacred responsibility. Caring for people through their pain and through their losses is indeed sacred work. In these rooms of sacred care, we hold stories of great family pain, and more importantly, stories of joy, stories of death and life, and every mess, every trauma in between. The relationships we observe and the stories we hear become connected to our own stories, to our joys, our losses, our sadnesses, our fears. As student Rabbi Bargeron puts it, for a fleeting, soul-searing moment, these stories become our stories. They become etched on the parchment of our own soul's Torah, that is weathered and worn and achingly beautiful. The Torah of our souls must be tended to with loving care, or the ink will smear, the scroll may tear. We rabbis can tear if we fail to tend to ourselves and each other. We are indeed often the only rabbi in the room. Yet here at NPLS, we are blessed to be working in a wonderful team, not just of rabbis and cantors, but also in partnership with our volunteer care team and our bereavement group, so that we can support each other. But not every caregiver, not every rabbi is as lucky as we are here at NPLS. In our Torah portion, Jacob turns to the angel who has rescued him from all harm, to bless Joseph's sons, Ephraim and Manasseh. He says to the angel, "Through them let my name and the name of my fathers Abraham and Isaac be recalled, and let them greatly multiply within the land." The Torah commentator Günther Plaut, whose Torah commentary we use as our Chumash in the service, very much a liberal rabbi, a rational who struggles with the idea of angels, he maintains that the angel to whom Jacob cries out may well be a poetic substitute for God. However, Professor Ellen Umansky, professor of Judaic Studies at Fairfield University, who has written extensively about Lily Montagu, one of the founders of liberal Judaism, maintains that unlike the episode in which Jacob wrestles with an angel, Jacob does not here identify the angel as God. Rather, it appears that the angel to whom Jacob turns is his own guardian angel. Professor Umansky reflects that there are times when we are reluctant, unwilling, or unable to turn directly to God. Perhaps those are the times when we need to remember most, as did the biblical Jacob, that there is always an angel to care for us, protect us, and help bring us closer to God. Ultimately, for me, that is the most important lesson for us to take away from our portion this week. Life is not always smooth sailing, but none of us have to weather the storm alone. Be it thanks to the rabbis of rabbis, cantors, care team members, family, friends, or an angel, we must never forget that someone does indeed care for us and protect us. Ken Yehi Ratzon. May this be God's will. Amen. With those thoughts, whether we think literally there isn't maybe an angel who can accompany us through the time, or think of it poetically, we turn to the Aleinu, which is also our poetic expression of our hope for a better future. And so we turn to page 33 and we rise for our Aleinu. We're going to follow the left-hand column. Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, lated gedula liotzer bereshit, asher sam chalkenu leachet shemo, v'go'alenu lahamlich malchuto. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובהי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס עולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, ידעת היום והשבות אל לבביך, אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. On the next page in English. And so our hope, Almighty God, is that all peoples abandon their empty worship of human bigotry and cease the blasphemy of calling on your name to justify oppression and hatred. Speedily turn all hearts to you and soften our human arrogance, and make the lives of all people a source of honor to your glorious name. For your rule is meant to make all your creation a reflection of your glory. As it is written, God will reign forever in all things. And it is said, Adonai will be ruler over all the earth, for in that day God will be one, and known to be one. Bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo echad. In a moment we're going to recite the Kaddish together, which is on page 39, but before that, reading on page 37. There are stars whose radiance is visible on earth, though they have long been extinct. There are people whose brilliance continues to light the world, though they are no longer among the living. These lights are particularly bright when the night is dark. They light the way for humanity. And on this Shabbat, we think of Arthur Fiber, the father of John and Miriam Cons, and grandpa to Lily and Freddie, and Hannah, Jordan, Harry, and Joel. Think of David Burl, the husband of Judy, father of Tony, Josh, and Matt. And Josh is also remembering his grandparents, Kurt, Esther, Della, and Harry. Think of Ina Diamond, the mother of Ingrid Squires, Henry Clifford, the grandfather of Lara Kilty, Ilse Kent, the mother of Gilda Goldstein, Martha Rees, a member of this community who has enabled the refurbishment of the sanctuary, Philip Govender, the father of Isabel Gordon, Ronald Gerard, the father of Celia Voss, Stanley Fryer, father of Avril Whitty. And we regret to share with you the death of, in the recent past, of Martin Rudner, the husband of Angela Gandron, father of Elisa, brother of Bonnie, and of Stan Rose, the husband of Hilary, father of Ian and Alison, and the death of Tony Nash, husband of Doreen, father of our member Andrew, father-in-law of Sandy, grandfather of Rachel and Ben. We also remember Raymond Cohen, husband of Annabelle, father of Rick Haswell Cohen and Jackie Rickles. Zichronam livracha, may their memory be a source of blessing as we recite Kaddish together on page 39. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach chirotei v'yamlich malchotei, v'chayachon v'yomachon v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'gala v'zman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevorach le'alam u'lalmei almaya, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום. עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו אמן. May great peace descend from heaven, and abundant life be granted to us and all who mourn. Let us say amen. Please be seated. In a moment we're going to conclude with Adon Olam, but before we do, just a few announcements. I'm sure most of you have heard by now that sadly Cantor Tamara will be leaving us as she's been offered a full-time job at Eilith Reform Synagogue, which is a great blessing for her, a great loss for us, but it's a great blessing for her to have just one full-time job instead of having to share her time between Northwood and North London Kehila. So we wish her all the best for her journey. We're going to have a celebratory service for her on the 22nd of February on Shabbat morning. So we do hope that you're all going to be there for that. But we're also trying to do our best to enable us to preserve a little bit of the gifts that she brought to our congregation. Now, we can't, unfortunately, just duplicate her, although nowadays with technology, that's probably something that one could actually achieve. We could just have a hologram of Tamara here. But what we were trying to do is we are trying to preserve a little bit the number of people who can share with us the nusach and the chanting for the service. So this is, I think, why Cantor Tamara bravely put here for the Amidah in the notes, LM, meaning me, chanted. So I had to chant the Amidah, but so that in order for us to all chant exactly the same tunes and not to just have to muddle through, we are going to be practicing Nosach. So if you are interested, you do not have to be a perfect singer. Nosach has been always one of those traditions. You do not have to be perfect. Every cantor throughout the ages, every shaliach tzibur, shlichat tzibur, balei balat tefillah, brought their own little twists to it. It's an oral tradition that is really beautiful, and it's beautiful because of its diversity. So you don't have to be a perfect singer. If you are interested in learning, then it's on the 8th of February, I believe, after the service. So you can join us on the 8th of February after our service, and it'll just be a little bit of fun and learning a little bit of tunes so that you don't have, all of you don't have to suffer through just Rabbi Aaron and myself trying to muddle through the Nosach. So we hope to share the joy with all of you. I spoke about the important work of caring for our community through also the difficult times. We currently do have some vacancies on our bereavement support group. It's a really invaluable service we offer to our congregation. If you are interested in getting involved, one role is not so much frontline, as I would say. We need the group needs someone who has some administrative skills who can assist with ensuring that we keep the records straight and things like that. So if you are computer literate, energetic, and interested in the work of the group, and have some administrative skills, we are interested in hearing from you, but we are also looking for a new visiting member who will receive training. So it's really a wonderful program. Then do get either in touch with us rabbis or with Richard Conradi, who leads our bereavement group. We have, again, the Slovakian ambassador has been here not so long ago, but he loved our congregation so much that he wants to come back. So on Friday, the 24th of January, the Slovakian ambassador will be back again, accompanied by Israel's deputy ambassador, I believe. So that will be at 6:30. They will be bringing also a special exhibition, which is connected to the Holocaust. Holocaust Memorial Day is, of course, on 27th of January. So that's kicking off our events of marking also Holocaust Memorial Day, which I'm sure you all know. We have a major program here at the synagogue. And finally, if you do want to work on your Hebrew in 2020, if that was one of your New Year's resolutions, then do take a look at joining us for our Hebrew crash course. It's from the 13th to the 15th of March. So with that, we turn to the Hebrew, Adon Olam, and you all get to sing along. And it's on page 40.
And I'm making a last-minute decision that I'm going to do a different melody because no, it's not a new one, I promise. It's not a new melody. It's one that hopefully we all know. Because our Torah portion talks about from generation to generation and passing things down and a sort of parental tradition being passed down, this is the Adon Olam that I grew up singing in Cheder and that my family still prefers, because it is not just for Cheder, it's not just for kids, it is for all ages, and if you know it, sing along. I think it's the most fun melody, and I can say that because I'm a cantor. Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol Yatzir Yivra, Ne'et Nazar, V'chesogo, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra, Ve'acharei Kichot Takot, Levado Yemloch Nora Adon Olam, Ve'hu Haya, Ve'hu Hoveh, Ve'hu Yeh B'tifara Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol Yatzir Nivra, Ne'et Nazar, V'chesogo, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra, Ve'hu Echad Ve'en Sheni, Lehamshilo Le'hachbira Adon Olam, Ve'li Reishi, Ve'li Tachlin, Ve'lo Haz Ve'hamizra Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol Yatzir Nivra, Ne'et Nazar, V'chesogo, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra, Ve'hu Eli, Ve'chai Goali, Ve'tzor Chavli, Ve'etzara Adon Olam, Ve'hu Nisi, Umanosli, Menach Kosi V'yom Mekra Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol Yatzir Nivra, Ne'et Nazar, V'chesogo, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra, Be'yado Avkir Ruchli, Be'tishan Ve'a'ira Adon Olam, Ve'im Ruchi Gevi'ati, Adon Eli Ve'lo V'ira Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol Yatzir Nivra, Ne'et Nazar, V'chesogo, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra.
And we rise for a final blessing before we go to Kiddush.
Adonai Yishmo Tzeitenu V'Enu Me'ata Ve'ad Olam. May the Eternal One guard our going out and our coming in, now and always. Amen. Shabbat Shalom.
This one. Where's the thermostat?